This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Hey, I'm your host, Jason Glick.
Hi, Jason Glick. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, John. Yourself?
Oh, it's hot. It's summertime now, officially. So, therefore, yeah, I'm doing all right. Why not?
All right.
Yeah. So, outside of that, and I know, there's sweltering parts of the country and all that other stuff, but what do you have in store for us tonight?
Okay, well, here's something I've been hearing about for a good long while, and finally got the chance to read for myself. It's Marvel Civil War 2, and yeah, I realize this. I'm almost a year out of date when it comes to Marvel's big event series, but hey, I wasn't going to pay like $50 for this thing, or even 25 when Amazon had its discounts applied to it, because I had heard just like so many bad things about the series. Basically, that it was dumb, poorly written. It's like, and had a lot, and just like was just a lot of meaningless chatter and being superheroes, and just like the fighting. Apparently, this is the point when people really started to sour on like having superheroes fight each other for their major events. But it's like I figure, hey, it's like as soon as this thing comes on sale, of course, I figure I might as well read it because I am invested in the in the ongoing narrative of the Marvel universe, and also it's like I figured if nothing else, I could get a decent podcast out of it, which is why we're here right now. Having read it, well, it's actually not as bad as I was led to expect. Let me start with the premise. Basically, it's like this stems from the ongoing influx of new Inhumans to the Marvel universe, and one of these guys is a guy named Ulysses, who emerges from his Terrigen cocoon with the ability to see the future. Now, the story now the way the collected edition presents the story is annoyingly fractured, because the opening Zero issue it's like has a nice court scene with Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, arguing against trying to defend a former supervillain from going back to the Slammer for talking about the good old days. And also setting up James Rhodes with hey, maybe he can be president someday, after he's done with this War Machine stuff. And if you think that's a sign of bad things to come, well, it's like you have definitely read a comic book before, haven't you? And also introducing us to Ulysses, and giving us the barest insight to his his precognitive abilities. Then you get the Free Comic Book Day story, which hits upon a plot point that is elaborated on a little further on in the first issue. But basically, the first issue shows us everyone in the Marvel Universe coming together to stop off a celestial attack, thanks to the information they got from Ulysses. Now, while everyone's kicking back and high-fiving each other at the party, it isn't until Captain Marvel, read Carol Danvers, reveals the source of the information on this attack. Because the reason they were able to drive off the attack was because they had such specific, precise information about its nature. So, when Carol reveals that, hey, the Inhumans came to us with this information from this guy Ulysses, who can see the future. Tony Stark goes, whoa, this is not good. I mean, you got this information from a guy who can see the future, but we don't know how his powers work. And also, it turns out his mind is telepath proof as well. So Tony's got some really specific reservations about this. Also, particularly with the fact that Ulysses, he can only see probable futures. He can't see actual futures, mainly because his Ulysses' future saw the Earth in ruins because of the Celestial attack. Because they were able to defeat the Celestials, that makes his future visions probable ones, not certain ones. So already you get the whole the divisions forming right there. Things only get worse when Thanos shows up. Why Thanos? Well, just cause. Looking on Earth, looking for the Cosmic Cube, and while Carol Danvers and her team of Ultimates are able to fend them off, it's not without casualties. One of them being James Rhodes. So like not so while the while things arguably could have been worse if they didn't know Thanos was going to show up at that instant. Tony is really he's really angry, racked with grief by this, and so he kidnaps Ulysses in order to find a way to determine that, how do his powers work. This only inflames tensions between the Ultimates and the Inhumans and Carol Danvers, people on Carol Danvers' side of things, and basically the entire narrative just keeps spiraling out of control from there. It's like setting up convenient argument points. It's like in situations in order to further divide the heroes on both sides of this conflict. Now, it's like as far as a Civil War story, it's fine. The original Civil War was involved Tony Stark and Steve Rogers coming down on different sides of the Superhero Registration Act, and it was something that was handled with all the tact and subtlety that you'd expect from a Mark Millar written story. It had lots of big events, but really dumb dialogue. And also some really boneheaded stuff done along the way. Like, hey, we're gonna reveal Spider-Man's identity to the world, only to tie it back up in a couple months. Oh, we're gonna have we're gonna have Namor show up at the end just cause all that kind of fun stuff. Oh, and the Punisher shows up part way through. There's all sorts of dumb stuff in there, and my fondest memories of this basically involve Christopher Bird's We Don't Need Your Civil War remix version of it that they posted on his site over the years back in the day. That was great, and it's my fondest memory of the original Civil War. Civil War 2 is written by Brian Michael Bendis, who at one time, I would consider one of the best writers in the industry. These days, Bendis probably needs to start dialing back his output, or at least just focusing on ground level street superhero stories. He does still does great work with Miles Morales, as I'll get to in a bit, but some of the bigger stuff, especially when he does plot driven stuff where he's trying to address big big stories done in other titles that he hasn't been masterminding, that's when he starts to go off the rails. Civil War 2 isn't one of his worst efforts of late, even though there is some pretty dumb stuff in here, such as when Ulysses gets a vision that the Hulk is going to go and kill everyone, and both Tony and Carol get the idea, hey, everyone, let's just go and confront him just to make sure this isn't going to happen. Which, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what you do. We're going to go get the entire superhero community, go confront the Hulk, go confront Bruce Banner, make sure he's not going to turn to the Hulk. Like, hey, Bruce, you're not angry, right? We heard you're going to turn to the Hulk and kill us all, right? Yeah, because that's exactly how you handle that kind of situation. And also, the way that I guess it's probably not a spoiler at this point to say that he's killed by Hawkeye because a special gamma-tipped arrow. Now, on one hand, I don't disagree with the reasons that Bruce had for going to Hawkeye with this, but it also feels just really arbitrary that that he would have this set up in the pages of the miniseries itself. There's a lot of arbitrary stuff in here, Thanos showing up at it right out of nowhere because why not? It's this is with Bruce Banner and all. It's there's a lot of stuff that it feels like it should have been seeded in other titles, beforehand, and then made to pay off here. This business with Hawkeye killing Bruce with the arrow that he provided, that probably would have been great to set up in some other title featuring these characters. Beforehand and have the payoff be here. But it's like as it is, it just like I said, just feels kind of contrived. Also, the fact that hey, all we needed to kill Bruce Banner over these years was just like a gamma-tipped arrow. I thought the way that the Hulk's powers worked, that whenever like Bruce is faced with like mortal danger, it's like he would immediately Hulk out, and it's like and that would be the end of it. That you couldn't kill him through conventional matters. That the Hulk inside of Bruce wouldn't allow that, for lack of a better term. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with here. Bendis has never been good about playing around with the rules set down by other writers regarding their characters. He fares better when the story shifts to the vision to a vision like happens as Tony's and Carol's sides are fighting it out at the Triskelion, and it's revealed that, oh my God, Miles Morales is going to kill Captain America. Never mind the fact that Captain America is secretly a member of Hydra at this point in time in the Marvel universe. Even though he's also acting like perfectly normal, like for the needs of the story right here. But it's like so Miles is going to kill Captain America, and that sets everything on course where it's the final showdown between both sides. It's like eventually it all ends with Iron Man taken off the board. It's like Carol regretting it, but still pushing forward with her plans to. Well, actually, the story does kind of end in a zero-sum game-ish kind of way, because we find out Ulysses' fate basically removes him from the board, and it's like, he'll come back at some point. And I'm sure he'll actually become a more interesting character as well, because he's one of Bendis's favorite characters, like the magical plot device character. God damn it! I'm trying to remember the name of the girl from House of M, who knows stuff. It's like, and Peter David went on to flesh her out to great extent in X Factor. I'm sure I'm going to remember her name at some point. And then you've got the guys like the Omega Mutant in his Uncanny X-Men run that just had the power to do whatever he wanted, but he had no personality as well. It's like Ulysses, is the kind of it's the kind of personality-free plot device that Bendis loves for these stories, and it's like, wouldn't have killed him to give him some interesting quirks, but no, we don't get that here. But it doesn't matter, because you're probably never going to see him again, outside of any writer who wants to use him in a cosmic type story. So there you go. It's overall, it's not, like I said, there are some interesting debates between the characters. To be honest, even though people were complaining about how Captain Marvel got the shaft as far as characterization goes, they've kind of got a point, but at the same time, I can understand her. It's why she would pursue this, just as I would with why Tony's so bent out of shape about this as well. It's the core conflict of the series is fine. And like I said, it doesn't. At least the dialogue is far less terrible than the original Civil War, if we're going to compare sequels that way. Bendis also did write a bunch of the tie-ins to the to Civil War 2, and yeah, there were a lot of them. I've bought a bunch of them as well, because they're series I've been reading. Now, the only one that's really worth the damn, however, is the Spider-Man tie-ins, the second volume of his Miles Morales series. This is one where Bendis actually gets to really dig into the to how Miles Morales feels about this, about all about all this stuff that's happening in the event series, but also how he feels about Tony Stark asking him to come be on his side about this, and also like hey, is this like does he really respect me, or is this just like a rich white man trying to manipulate me in order to make myself feel better? But there's also like additional context provided to certain scenes, like the decision to go confront Bruce Banner, which unfortunately doesn't make it any less dumb, makes it a bit more understandable, but not any less dumb. And also, what happens when it's like when the aftermath when Miles is everyone gets that vision that Miles is going to kill Captain America. How does he deal with it? How do his friends deal with it? It's like there. I said in my review of this volume that Miles navigates the fallout of Civil War II is not really a specific like Miles Morales story, but it's like reading Civil War, the actual miniseries. It actually does make me think a lot more fondly of this, of this volume itself. It's like it does kind of show that when you do give a writer more space to tell a story, it's like some really good stuff can happen, and that's true here. So first of all, if you're not reading Spider-Man Miles Morales, you really should be, and also if you do buy Civil War II, be sure to pick up this one because it's the most essential of the Bendis written ones. The other ones being the 3 issues of Iron Man that he did, which aren't really a story. It's just like individual issues showing him checking in with the stockholders, with new Iron Man, soon to be new Iron Man, Riri Williams, Doctor Doom, and also getting a decent conversation, the attempted conversation and reconciliation with Captain Marvel while they're both wind up attending the same AA meeting. These issues are fine for what they are, but at the same time, they don't really advance the story all that much, or tell a single story. It's just they almost feel like kind of deleted scenes from the main miniseries. In fact, the middle issue of them, issue 13, ends with Tony about to confront Doom about just why he's been trying to be buddy with them in the series so far, and the next issue does not feature them at all. It just feels real. I'm wondering where the hell are they gonna talk about this? Oh, wait a second. This is probably a teaser for the infamous Iron Man series that Bendis and Malieve are doing. Oh well. And also, as far as the new Iron Man, Riri Williams, I was kind of hoping to get a greater case put forward for her status as the new Iron Man. Here, it's like aside from the fact that okay, she's brilliant, she built herself a kind of Iron Man's suit here. She meets Tony Stark. He's impressed by her work, and that's it. Still not quite sold on her, on her as the as taking over the mantle of Iron Man yet, and this doesn't help me. So I mean, maybe I'll just have to buy the first volume to see what Bendis does with her. But I don't know. It's like it just reads like you could. This could have been handled a lot better. I mean, why not just have her be like someone like that Tony Stark was judging at a tech competition, and he just passes off her work as just being, oh yeah, hey, you're not bad, maybe you'll be good someday. Then she goes, oh, someday I'll show you. It's like, and she tries and she goes and builds herself an Iron Man suit because she wanted to say, hey, this is what I can do, Iron Man. If you don't like it, suck it. Sonya Conchu is trying to be show what she can do, and starts doing it by showing up Iron Man at first, and then learning to be a hero in the process. That's not what we're getting, but it's like I'm just saying it's something that would have been better than what I've seen of Bendis' use of the character so far. Oh, and then you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy tie-in issues, which are just mainly there to get the Guardians on Earth, because hey, it's like we haven't done a Guardians on Earth story in the it's like in the modern era in a while yet. So I don't know. It's not bad. It's like it has some interesting fracture of the team dynamics, especially once Gamora learns that her dad Thanos is being held on Earth, and that was kind of interesting. But overall, it's pretty okay. And overall, it's the second half of Bendis' run on Guardians hasn't really been all that impressive, and this kind of continues that trend, regrettably. So, but as far as other Civil War tie-ins go, well, it's arguably the very best Civil War tie-in would be the Civil War II issues for New Avengers AIM, which basically represent the culmination of everything that Al Ewing has been plotting for the series in its first year. Despite the fact that Ewing makes some token nods to the to the crossover before just getting on with his story, this is probably the best Marvel superhero title I've read so far this year, because like I said, it's just like the thrill of a plan coming together, of that feeling we go when you feel that the heroes are completely outnumbered, outgunned, outmaneuvered, and then to realize that, oh, wait a second, no, they do have a plan. In fact, they've been in control the whole time. It's just really exactly what I want for my superhero comics. And even though it says it's a Civil War II tie-in, it really isn't. It's a Red Skies type crossover, and I'm not going to hold that against it. It's the fact that it probably got them a few more readers, however briefly, is absolutely worth it, because the story is that good and deserves to be read by everyone. Well, assuming you've read the first two volumes, and if you haven't read the first two volumes, go out and read them, because they're great. So, I guess if you're like me, and you're invested in the narrative of the Marvel Universe, and yeah, go ahead and pick up Civil War 2. It's not as bad as you've heard. It's got some decent parts. It's got some dumb parts in it, but it's not the steaming trash fire that other people have made out to be. Be sure to find it at a deep discount, though. I wouldn't say it's worth paying $50 for the whole thing. Oh, I should mention that the majority of the art on the miniseries was handled by David Marquez, and he does fantastic detailed character work. He's kind of like Mark Bagley with greater attention to detail. He's great with action, great with character designs. It's character drama, and I can see why he likes working with Bendis so much, because he's great for Bendis' dialogue-heavy approach. Other artists like Oliver Coipel and Jim Chung also contributes, and Andrea Sorrentino also contribute work here as well. And they're fine, but this is Marquez's show, and he really does knock it out of the park. But as far as buying the series, like I said, find it at a deep discount. I picked this up for $10 digital, because that's how I roll. But if you're going to buy anything from this, buy the Miles Morales series, and also the New Avengers title as well. I mean, no, New Avengers really doesn't have anything to do with Civil War II, but hey, it's like I said, it nodded its way in order to get some extra sales, and it's a great series, and I absolutely think that everyone should be reading it. So there you go. I guess John, I know you're out there somewhere. Any thoughts on your end about all this Civil War business?
So did you mention have you compared the first Civil War series to this one?
I did.
Okay, all right. See, that tells you how much I was paying attention. And did you say that the first one was better than this one?
This one is I guess if nothing else, this one is far less annoying than the first one.
Far less annoying. So that's your bottom line here on this.
Yeah, but I guess if you really like Mark Millar's style, then you're probably going to be more partial to the first one, regardless. But it's like Miller just grates on me like nothing else these days. So there you go.
All right. Do you know what you're going to be talking about next time?
Not a damn clue, but I'm sure I'll have something in 2 weeks for you guys.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time on Comic Picks by the Click.
All right, laters.
All right.